I wanted to bring a little more positive attention to South of Midnight that this game so rightfully deserves. So just like the title says, here are 10 things that I am grateful for in South of Midnight. Starting with number 1. I am grateful for how the story is told in this game. It's not a new concept, but I can appreciate the storybook style plus the top tier narration through each chapter in the game. It kept me engaged and I was always looking forward to recaps of each chapter. They gave us the backstories on the supporting cast and the main boss battles. It wasn't one character that I can recall that I didn't like except for one, and that was the grandma named Bunny, but we're not here for her. I don't remember if they gave a backstory on the talking catfish, but I would have liked to have known more about him for sure. That motherfucker was a little funny and was always helpful, and because he was so old, he knew a little bit about everybody in the small town. This is one of the best story-driven games I've played in a while, and I am highly grateful to be able to experience it all while on stream too. Number 2. I am so grateful that I was able to hear the music in this game. Now, this is not something I would particularly listen to, but after playing this game, I definitely want the vinyl for it. Each and every song in this game served a purpose and helped tell the story a bit further with slightly more detail. If you pay attention to the lyrics, they tell you exactly what is happening or what has happened, and I thoroughly enjoyed that. It has a bit of charm to each setting, which I am grateful for. I am grateful that I was actually able to enjoy hearing a banjo being played through most of this game. I guess I really can listen to any instrument as long as it has the right setting around it. This is one of the games that should compete with the best music of any video game this year for sure. If you have not played it or don't plan to, I highly suggest that you search the OST for this game, and I promise you will not be disappointed. This shit sounds that good. Number 3. I am grateful for the combat being so straightforward in this game, although it could have been much stronger, in a sense making me feel powerful because I do believe it is the weakest link in South of Midnight. I can appreciate that I didn't have to struggle to memorize a bunch of combos or buttons. They gave a few powers within a small skill tree and a little sidekick named Crouton who was used to get into small or out of reach places. I believe that the combat served its purpose, but if done right the first time, we could have been looking at the first 10 out of 10 for this year. Number 4. I am grateful that there weren't any black stereotypes in this game. I'm highly grateful for this because time and time again, when it comes to single player RPGs or third and first person shooters, we always see big buff, loudmouth, generic sounding black dudes like Coltrane from Gears of War or Barry from Final Fantasy, and to finally see some regular black folks that I can relate to made me happy a little bit, I'm not gonna lie. Remember, black people are more than just two forms. I will continue to boast this game off the principle alone. Number 5. I am grateful for Compulsion Games redeeming themselves. Now, the reason I say this is because I had bought the deluxe edition for this game called We Happy Few. Don't know if you heard of the game, but I wouldn't blame you if you didn't. It is the second game they have made under their belt, with Contrast being their first and South of Midnight being the third and most recent game. Look, I'm not gonna sit up here and shit on We Happy Few, just know the game was damn near unplayable because of the frame rate. But going from We Happy Few to South of Midnight is literally night and day. So grateful they were able to make a game like South of Midnight, and I will be on the lookout for their next game for sure. Number 6. I'm grateful that this game didn't have many glitches and bugs. I can't recall any bugs I ran into, but I know there were a few. Just not enough to make me remember them after. For the most part, the game was well optimized, which I'm glad it was since they had the stop motion act going on. Plus, with the stop motion style, it gave the game some unique flavor. Come to think of it, you would have thought the stop motion inspiration came from We Happy Few with how bad that frame rate was. Alright, let's get back to the conversation at hand. I don't think I ran into any game breaking bugs. Shit was damn near smooth from beginning to end, which was great since the game is short, which brings me to my next thing that I'm grateful for. Number 7. I'm grateful for this game only being 10 to 12 hours tops. Of all of these 50 to 100 hour games out there that are just full of fluff, or if they aren't, you just simply don't have the time to finish these games, therefore your backlog continues to expand and grow and becomes a never-ending cycle of not finishing games. Look, I'm there already. I'm trying to finish as many games as possible before we go into 2026. So many games, but with so little time. But with a game like South of Midnight, it respects all of that and don't make you feel committed to something you don't want to. With this being a relatively smaller game and the story being as good as it is, you're going to want to keep playing anyway. Number 8. I am grateful for how visually stunning this game is. One of the reasons I play a game for the first time a bit longer than others is because of how a game looks, because it keeps me wanting to explore and see more before I catch wind if a game is good or not. Thankfully, I didn't have to worry about that with South of Midnight because the game started off with a crazy twist. I love the stop motion style they had for the game. It fit well with the gameplay surprisingly to me. There wasn't one part of the game that I could remember that had poor lighting or eyesore stages. As I progressed through the game, I could tell they were using visuals to help paint the story for sure. For example, when you had to climb that huge tree named Benji to free his trauma, the light that poured in and wrapped around the tree was beautiful. It seemed as though it was getting ready for you to release the trauma from Benji. Shit was beautiful. I'm not gonna lie, I'm so grateful that they took their time designing the game, one of the best looking games of the year for sure. Number 9. I'm grateful to hear such top tier voice acting in this game. All of the southern accents sounded believable, and the best part is, it was some of the voice actors' first time in the booth doing a job like that. Some folks are just natural. The cast killed that shit. I have some family family that are from the South, and I grew up in Florida for a little as well. Even though they don't have nowhere near the same accents, I can appreciate that Southern twang. Number 10. I'm grateful for how much of a roller coaster this game was. This game started off hot with the flood hitting the town and Hazel's mom getting washed away in her home. The search for her mom and meeting all the different characters along the way made the journey worth it. Freeing the trauma that trapped the souls of the forgotten but remembered by a few really felt like you were dropping weight from your shoulders. It always felt like you were doing the right thing. Also, learning about haints were pretty cool, as I never heard of the term before this game. I love when I can learn new things from video games. Each and every boss battle has a sad but introspective characteristic about them. Not to make you hate them, but to really understand the situation each boss was placed in. I really enjoyed this game and had a fun time writing this, so be on the lookout for more vids like this. If you enjoyed the video, hit that like button and subscribe and tell me some of the things that you were most grateful for about South of Midnight.